We might all be rich, who knows? The market spooked, the numbers jump, but jump done got me loot. I buy that dip, who knows? I die tomorrow. I'll be rich, who knows? By tomorrow, we might all be rich, We could all be rich,
Out of cold, my wallet's full. This data's flowing and breaking through. Warming up while climbing to the top, man. Read the room, the way it's climbing on my watch. I clock these numbers like they stock. I'm taking left right after loss on why they nap. I'm chopping blockchains in half. Thank God we back to back. Doubled up, I tripled up. Plebs got me tenfold in my bag. Backs come through directly. Move this chest piece. Couple wrists, be careful when we click. I took that shot, don't shoot no brick. The market spooked. The numbers jump, but jump done got me loot. I buy that dip, who knows? All by tomorrow, we might all be rich.
Who knows? I die tomorrow. We could all be rich, who knows? By tomorrow, we might all be rich, We could all be rich,
Real quick, I was on mute before. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jumpman Crypto. So what the heck is going on today? Man, I went to go get my Mercedes Benzo serviced, and then I came back, everything was doing great, and then next thing you know, one of my dudes is telling me, hey man, the market's collapsing, and then I checked, and then some of my buys from yesterday on World Liberty Fi are going to hell, and then you know, I'm just like, okay, let me find out what's happening. And then I'm checking, and Trump is back at it again with tariffs. You know, I don't got all the details in just yet, guys. You know, I was kind of getting myself settled in. And, you know, markets have obviously came down pretty good. And, you know, the DMs are starting to come in. I'm getting a lot of messages. And now we got to go back to the drawing board and figure out, is the cycle over, guys? Is this it? Is everything done? You know, should we all pack it up and get ready to, you know, start planning for the bear market? Or is this just the same strategy that Trump and company are doing, you know, the final shakeout before the pump begins? You know, I think everybody in the market's tired of hearing this, guys. Look, if you are here to make a quick buck, and if you guys are only here to make fast money, then obviously you guys are going to be in for one hell of a ride. If you guys are actually here to invest and you guys are buying the right projects, if you guys are staying tapped in to your boy, listening and paying attention, then just buckle up. Enjoy the ride, guys. I know sometimes days like these really suck. You know, when you see some assets going down 20, 30%, you know, just from a single tweet. I know it's really hard to keep up sometimes, but that's why we always preach on this channel to make sure that you guys are using safe leverage, making sure that you are using correct buy entries, and then also teaching you guys how to take care of yourselves here, not to rely on any other influencer, even myself, guys. I'm not an influencer, but you know, to always be able to stand on your own 2 feet here, because these markets are very relentless. You know, when Wall Street feels like it's time to dump, we dump, and then next thing you know, stuff starts getting real in these crypto streets. So guys, if you're tuning in with me for your first time, please smash that likes. Make sure you show your boy some love. I am a new content creator. Your boy is trying to get his name out here. Again, I don't know if I'm being suppressed out here, guys, but you know, anybody that watches my channel and gives me love and feedback, I just appreciate you guys. You know, I'm here for both my communities and even for newer members. I know there's a lot of stuff that's happening here in crypto. A lot of these bigger YouTubers, man, they say the exact same stuff all the time, you know. And hey, let's be real. Sometimes maybe I might even be repetitive at times, but I try not to be. I try to be very consistent with what my beliefs are, which I believe that we are still on track to have one of the greatest bull cycles ever, but it's just not happening when I want it to happen, and it's not happening when you want it to happen. And guess what? It's not happening when these other crypto bros, YouTubers are saying it's going to happen either. Look, it doesn't matter how much experience you have in this market. You know, look, Wall Street and Bitcoin are basically hand in hand right now. And I don't want to use profanity on this channel. You guys know that I like to keep it clean. But, you know, when we're after dark, we use a lot of profanity and stuff like that. But, you know, I try to be respectful for the people that watch me during the daytime because, you know, look, I'm a professional guy. But, look, Wall Street's treating Bitcoin like the B word, okay? And that's just the way it is, you know. And I know a lot of crypto bros think they know what's happening in the market. I know a lot of these other, you know, YouTubers that are like, even like myself, and I would probably even put myself in the same camp as well. Nobody knows what's gonna happen, okay? Met Kevin, you know, Crypto John, Crypto Archie, whatever. And I'm not throwing shots at these guys. I'm just using examples. You know, Cryptos R Us, whatever. You know, nobody knows what's gonna happen, okay? I don't even know what's gonna happen. And just because I've been in the markets since 2018 doesn't mean nothing. At the end of the day, guys, the markets are gonna go where the markets are gonna go. You're either in or you're out. If you're out, then you're gonna watch the pumps happen. If you're in, be expecting these kind of dumps. There's no way that anybody could ever know what's gonna come out of Trump's mouth unless you're part of the team. And that's just the way it is. You're either in or you're out. And that's why I always tell everybody, look, when you're using leverage trading, guys, if you're using anything more than 5x leverage, you're gonna get really beat up really bad. And look, I'm a good trader, but at the end of the day, guys, I have to trade with my availability. I'm a busy guy. I work during the daytime and I have a lot of stuff going on, and I just don't have the availability to be able to, you know, to do these high amounts of leverage. So I trade with my availability, and it's been working out for me. Look, sometimes the trades go good, sometimes they don't. But at the end of the day, guys, this is just the way it is. You know, things are going to happen in these markets, and we just got to be prepared for it, okay? So let's give a little bit of a housewarming to our chat here. P, what's up, my dude? Gil, what's poppin'? Z-Man, Han Solo. We got all the mods up in the chat, making sure everything's nice and tidy. Frank, what's poppin'? LTGG420, what's good, family? What's up, my dude? Pool Z City, what's up, my guy? Universe 7 Tequila. Lisa J, what's up? What's up, Miss Lisa? How you doing? So yeah, man, look, I get it, man. Everybody in the markets are just kind of, you know, they're kind of exhausted from all this, and I understand. You know, I had my little rant this morning. It gets irritating, guys, but look, at the end of the day, you know, I still believe that we're going to have one of the greatest cycles ever. It's just not happening. Again, like I said, it's not happening when I want it to happen. It's happening when it's going to happen. So the only thing that we can do now is run to the charts, and we have to go in here and just see what is next. So let's get some more people to roll in here real quick, and we'll start hitting these charts up, and we'll start seeing what's gonna happen. Okay, look, we're headed into the weekend. A very aggressive language between Trump and I guess, you know, with the Chinese government. You know, I think all deals are off the table for right now. I think this has been going on for a while. So let's see. Let's check the markets real quick, and let's see what's happening real quick. Stock market today. Trump threatens China. So yeah, pretty much the same stuff. I guess it's over the rare mineral deal, whatever, and you know, all this kind of stuff is gonna obviously have a ripple effect on crypto and stocks. So at the end of the day, it's no sense of crying. It's already happened. So now we go to the drawing board. This is where we're at, guys. Let me fix myself real quick. Minimize myself. I'm too big. Okay. Alrighty. Let's check out some crypto real quick. Let's check out Ethereum real quick, guys. We need to check out Ethereum, okay? So, because at the end of the day, man, you know, ETH is going to be the one that's going to let us know how alt season is going to be, going down, okay? All right. So let's whip out over here on the 4-hour time frame. Let's zoom out real quick. All right. So again, guys, remember, we do a lot of caveman TA here. Look, I get it. Everybody has their own little way of doing stuff, and it's all good. I never claim to be the best trader in the world, but I've been pretty good at what I do. Okay. So look, check this out. We ran up right here. We pulled back, hit this resistance line. We lost, came back up, pulled back down here, came back up, pulled back. Now we're here again. So we're at basically 4,100. Okay. If we can't hold this, then the next line of support is going to be right here in this little area right here. So this is what I'm looking at, this little small patch right here, which was 3,800, which was our previous low. Okay. Now a lot of YouTubers are calling for 3,600. And probably where they're getting this from is going to be in this area right here. So you have your prior low right here. Usually, typically, I like to go even further beyond right here into this little patch right here, which would be about 3,360. I personally don't think we're going to go down this low until we breach, you know, an actual, you know, that last low of 3,800. Then I'll be concerned about going there. But for right now, I'm watching this very closely. I really want to see if we can hold this trend line and see if we can stay above it. If we don't, like I said, at the end of the day, you know, we just have to act accordingly. We can't say, oh, you know, hey, look, it's going to bounce from here anymore, because it's there. It's either we're going to hold it, or if we don't. If we don't, then we'll come back down here to 3,800. I wouldn't be shorting or longing anything right now. I'm just kind of waiting. I did jump into some trades right now, but right now they have some tight stop losses, and we're just going to take it like that. So that's Ethereum. Remember, you know, there's been some talks, even ETH coming back down to 2,400. Look, until we get down here and make an actual confirmed lower low, right now we're just going to chill, and we're just going to remain calm. No panic selling, but we're just going to see what happens. So right now we're there at the trend line. Until we breach it, let's just wait and see. Okay, so I did make a call out, and I don't want to give out too much sauce on here, but I do think the majority of people that watch me are people of my community. So we'll talk a little bit about World Liberty Fi, okay? Because it's no secret. I mean, at the end of the day, look, anybody can get this token. And look, we just broke below right here. I think this would be a price discovery since it's launched. I know it launched at a lower price down here, but as of right now, we're actually getting just the exchange price. So we breached down here to 0.1183. So I would just imagine that everybody's going to be attacking these, you know, Trump tokens and stuff like that. I did start buying. I did alert both Discords that, you know, I bought some right here. I made the call this morning, even some right here, and then, you know, boom, we had some. So I was able to grab some right here, and I've even picked up some more right here. So has anything changed with World Liberty Fi? No. I still believe that this thing is going to give us really massive gains. I was actually telling you guys the percentage that I believed in. I'm not going to say it here, but now, since we've been able to scoop up even lower right here, now I'm even more bullish on it. So I acquired more. If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure you guys tap in, join the KGU or join Crypto Plebs. We're giving out levels. We actually just hit a nice 2x and some people even 3x on our call on Zora. Remember, we're probably the only influencers that were, or the only group that was talking about Zora. Now you go on crypto YouTube, you see everybody talking about Zora. Everybody's giving levels out in Zora, but we've been cashed out on that stuff, man. So we literally took profits on it today. Some of my members hit a 3x, some 2x. It doesn't matter. It's 100%, even right before the crash. So these guys, shout out to them. You guys were able to land those trades. You guys are sitting pretty. So now you can start deploying into World Liberty Fi. So if you guys are waiting, get your ass in World Liberty Fi right now. Okay. So anyways, buying it. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a pump up. Not a pump up, but a little bit of we found a bottom right here. Usually, like I said, with these long ass wicks, I tell my group this all the time. Just kind of remember, usually what happens if we still go bearish, they'll try to bring us back down here and we'll end up having that push back up. So let's just keep an eye on it. If you guys are a little timid about, buying right now at this level, you think that, we're still going to go down more because of tariffs and stuff like that, you can start staggering your orders between 0.1452 all the way through 0.1186. So you could stagger those buys inside there. You don't have to just buy where I was buying at right here. Look, at the end of the day, this could be still a sizable, it's about 19% down. So yes, that's pretty big, but just ladder them down, you can start for a little conservatively here and then just gradually increase the buys lower and lower there. So I don't think that we'll go down that low again, but remember, it's just an opinion. Everybody has their own opinions here, but I do know that World Liberty Fi is not done. And if you think that, then you need to get your Coinbase checked out, okay? All right, let's see. I ate on Ondo to hit 33% flip. Is Ondo a buy? My average is 103. Frank, if your average is 103, you need to be buying Ondo, not financial advice. Of course, I'm just a weird guy on YouTube. I would be DCAing into that right now to lower your average. It's at 85. Use these opportunities, guys, to get your averages down. Don't just wait. This is like a golden opportunity, guys, to maybe load your bags up. Don't go all in, but, guys, if you have a good amount of dry powder, maybe put 2 or 3% and just buy a little bit here and there. Make sure you guys have a good sizable crypto portfolio. Don't have 30, 40 coins, but have a good manageable amount of crypto. So if you have like 5 coins, spread them out between maybe your top 3 and make sure that you guys are being a little bit more heavier on the coins that have more of a stronger narrative, okay? Let's see, bullish back under 62. C-Dub says, hit the sub, like, and comment. Yes, please. Christine says, what's up, Jump? What's up, Chris? Santana says, jump. I can't jump right now. But if you're saying what's up to me, what's up? Zahir, the doctor's in the building. What's up, Mr. Zahir? This is my go-to for all my medical needs. Mr. Zahir says, 1 pump a day keeps the doctor away. You have to be inside the Discord to know that joke. Shout out to you, my brother. How you doing? Let's see. David Ryan RVA says, what's up, Jumpman and the gang? What it do? All right, let's see. Let's cover some coins, guys. I'm just saying what's up to everybody. It's nice to come on here and chat. I know it's been a while, guys. Look, the type of thing about me is I'm going to go live when I want to go live. If there's nothing to talk about, there's nothing to talk about. Look, I want to get monetized very badly, but look, I feel like sometimes it's just beating a dead horse, man. I don't want to ever make you guys feel like I'm forcing stuff down people's throats, man. Look, I love YouTube. I want to make this a career, but at the end of the day, I want to keep my reputation, and I want to make sure that I have the integrity of the people, and I care so much about, that I will not ever compromise those things just to get views or get monetized. Like I said, if I ever have clickbait material, guys, I try not to. Obviously we want to get views and stuff like that, but I will never do it at the expense of the people. So always just know that about me. I love what I do. I love to talk to people. I love to help people, KGU and plebs and even normies. Even the normies need help, okay? But look, this is a serious day, man. Some people are probably shitting their pants and, they're probably thinking like, oh my God, the market's over, and it's not, guys. I get it, man. These dumps don't feel good, but, it is what it is. So look, Ondo is at 84. Let's just round it up to the nearest 10. It's at 85 cents, okay? We're at a critical line of support, guys. Next level below is going to be around that 77 cents that we like to go down to all the time. So this would be right in here in between this level, okay? This is like, oh my God, it's going to get serious. I don't think we're headed that way yet. Great area to load in at right here, guys. Look, remember, last year, all-time high was at $2.15, okay? Think about it, okay? Zoom out. Look at Ondo. I mean, I have a lot of people say, oh, Ondo, look at it. It looks just fine, guys. I get it. Look, and the all reality is you probably bought here or you probably bought up here. So you got to live with the mistakes and stuff like that. You got to take it on the chin. So you're down 28%. But now you just got presented an opportunity where you're down 13% on the day. So what are you going to do? You're going to keep speculating that we're going to go down more and be in fear, or you're going to take this opportunity to lower your average, get your average down from $1 or $2 or wherever you were down to at least 80 cents or 90 cents. That way, when we do go back up into 90 cents, you're in profits. And then when we get back to $1.10, you're in more profits. And then when you get back to $1.20, $1.30, $1.40, you can actually exit. And you can actually make a pretty good sizable amount, which would be about maybe 70 to 80%. While all crypto YouTube is selling, this, this idea that, look, everybody's going to make 200, 300, 400, 500% returns. I'm just saying, look, guys, let's just focus on getting these small gains real quick. Let's focus on making 40, 50, 60%, and then maybe just cashing out, sitting on the sidelines and waiting for old boy to open his mouth up again, and then buying the lows, rinse and repeat. Because look, let's be honest, this is not the first time that this has happened this year. So, at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to go through your style and the way things are done and maybe make an adjustment. Look, I get it. I'm not the best swing trader. I don't like to do it. But if it's necessary, we got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Single Parent Fire said it's tanking. It's definitely tanking. Straight from the Pen says, you're a good man. I feel the same as you. I'm not going to lower my morals to make $1. For sure, man. That's the only way that you got to do it, brother. And if you make content, shout out to you, man. Taekwon Ellison, a few days ago, I said Jumpman was one of the best YouTubers out there. Then I realized I made a mistake and corrected myself. Jumpman is the best YouTuber out there. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot to me. I don't know who you are. I imagine you're from the KGU, but that means a lot to me. And trust me, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I don't take those words for granted. I work very, very hard to gain you guys' respect. And I want to continue to have it. And the only way that I know that I can obtain obtain it. It's just being there whenever stuff is not looking good. Trust me, I was in the VC today, and I was like, man, you know what, I'm just going to chill. But then today this happened, and I was like, you know what, man, there's just no other way for me to show the community that I'm there than just be here and say, look, hey, I'm here. I don't know where the markets are going to go. I'm being honest with you. I don't know. But I do know, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, and probably not even next month. I know eventually the markets are going to reverse. And I know that, you know, the coins that we're looking at right now today, they won't be at the same price. They could be lower, but I know for a fact that there's a high probability they could be up. So if they go up 20%, you know, you should probably take profits, you know. And I know that, you know, this kind of goes against a lot of stuff that other people say, but I just want to keep people safe. And I may have to like really think about some of my strategies, because yeah, there's some things that I may have to look back and say, hey, look, is it possible? Can this coin really do that? But right now, we're just chilling. So, like I said, until we actually break market structure and we can actually like look at it and say, okay, yeah, Ondo does not look good. We're back here at 50 cents. Could this be over? Then we'll reassess it. And I might also add, by the time we actually get there, it may be too late. So it's always best, guys, is to please, if you have memberships, tap in. If you are subscribed to me, if you guys are part of my communities, both communities, I'm in 3 communities and I run 3 communities. Ask me a question. You know, don't necessarily say, hey, Jump, can I have an entry? I don't like that. You know, ask me right questions, you know, like, hey, Jump, what's a good indicator to look at? You know, I don't want people to ask me for levels. I want people to ask me learning material. How can I learn this? Because I want you guys to learn to be able to take care of yourself. I don't want to be spoon feeding anybody, because then you become a liability to myself and to you. I want you to be able to take care of yourself. Like today, for instance, Zora. You know, I want everybody to know, when should you get out of crypto? Well, I think it's best for you to get out if you have 100% return. Guys, you put in $4,000 into an asset and you got 100% return. Is that not enough? Don't let greed take over. Like I said, at the end of the day, nobody can tell you when to sell. I can't tell you when to sell. I can make recommendations, but at the end of the day, it's always best that you do your own due diligence and take control of your own portfolio. Because when the dust settles and when everything's over and said and done, I get to leave and go into my room and lay down, and you're stuck with your portfolio. So always take control of it. Never think that, hey, look, if you're up 40%, if you're happy with it, take it. If you're up 20% and you're happy, take it. If you're up 120%, you better effing take it. Because look, the market giveth and the market taketh. And that's just the rules from it, guys. I don't make the rules. You know, we just got to play by them. So, you know, that was my little rant. You know, I just want you guys to know that I care about you deeply. And I want you guys to know that I want everybody that watches me to be successful in this market. And the only way that we can do this is by you taking control. And you saying, hey, I'm in control. And look, let's talk about parcels real quick. I entered a trade at 7 cents. I got in, I got a nice 15%, 10%, got out, re-entered back in the trade at 6.8, 6.7. Since then, we have came down really, really bad. I don't even want to check it. I think I'm down like 20%. Yeah. Down 23%, okay? It is what it is. You know, look, what YouTuber is going to show you, oh, man, you know, oh, my God, I'm down 20. All these guys, look, man, they just go and they hide all their wins. You know, I'm up some, so this is technically a 10% loss. It is what it is. Look, I am not the best trader in the world, guys. There's some things that I'm just not going to be good at. But the things that I'm not good at, or when I do make a mistake, we're going to see it through. At the end of the day, I'm still bullish on parcels. I have a community behind it. You know, there's a movement behind it. I believe in the project. I'm not going to just abandon it because, oh, Trump did this or whatever. I could give a damn about Trump. You know, all I care about is making money. One thing that I can tell you guys, and I hope this doesn't tune people off, is that I've learned to stop being so political. You know, I used to be a certain group, and I used to just always be blinded by just everything. And I've learned just through my journey, especially when I joined the KGU, because I've heard Keenan talk about this a lot. It was like, look, man, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, you know? And at the end of the day, like, stop being so political, because money has really no bias, man. It goes either way. And when you become too politically blinded by both parties, it really hinders you from making money. Prime example, Target. I know a lot of people that won't shop at Target because of their political beliefs. But this stock is so oversold that I think that, in my opinion, it's a great opportunity to load up on a company that probably will never go out of business. Maybe it could. I don't know. Maybe, hopefully not. But I decided to take a position in it, and I had some people like, oh, well, man, that place is too woke. Who cares? You know? Same thing with Nike. Oh, Nike's too woke. Who cares? I guarantee you everybody wears Nike. And if you stop wearing a brand because of just, I mean, unless it has something to do with, like, I think we all know where I'm going to go with this, with the kids and stuff like that, then that's different. But as far as people's beliefs and stuff like that, look, I'm always going to wear Nike. I don't have to agree with them. But at the end of the day, if there's an opportunity to make money, who gives a shit, you know? So I made a pretty good sizable return on Nike, 60, 70%. I don't talk about stocks too much here, but definitely in the Discords, we talk a lot about stocks. So yeah, so Target was the one that I've been kind of loading up on. But let's get back over here to Parcel. So right now, Parcels is not doing great. We're probably going to come back down here to probably 5.8. So your boy will probably be smoked. I may need to see if I need to trim this down. We'll wait. I'll probably put a stop loss maybe right here at 6.2. We're really close. So if I got to cut it, we got to cut it. And then I'll just re-enter back in with higher leverage. But look, if and when we do go back to all season mode, I'm still convinced that we will go back to 12 cents, guys. I just think that, look, right now, this market sucks. You know, the people that are buying crypto right now, these are not the same people that were back in 2021. A lot of these people are just very panicky. Trump calls them panikins. They're people that just get really jittery. There is really no more buying and holding. And, look, I feel like, the prime example again, Zora. Remember when Zora came down 40%? Everybody was like, oh my God, jump, what the, jump, oh my, jump. And I was like, guys, I don't know. We just got to wait and see. And I did tell some people, like, yeah, I'm going to take a defensive strategy with it. And, look, I think it was right here, right? We came down right here. Where was this at? Oh, I'm not even looking at Zora. Oh, we'll look at it in a second. But we came down really good on Zora. And we went right back to that 382 level on the fib. We got that bounce back up. And we ended up doing almost a 3x from where that low was. Sometimes you have to suffer a little bit, guys, to let these trades meticulate. So let's run a Fibonacci on this real quick. We'll start it out from April. Let's run it a little bit more. Okay, so right now we are at that 236. So we have already lost, the golden zone. We're at a key level of support right here. We'll likely break below. Like I said, again, I'm expecting us to go to 6.2. But look, I still believe in parcels, man. There's a big community behind it. I think that, it's unfortunate, but I'm still a betting man, and I believe that. Look, I want to see us hopefully reclaim back up to at least 6.5 by this weekend. And if it does, then I'll add more into my position. But for right now, it just look, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. I'll expect maybe, hey, look, if we go back down here to 5.3, I'm gonna go super hard in, really, really hard. Because last time we went that hard, that low, guys, we ended up going up 131%. So my guys and the people that rock with me, you guys know what it is. We're ready. We're like bloodhounds. And that's how you gotta be. Whenever stuff gets to that point where it's like, oh my God, and it's a token that we talked about, they usually 99.9% come back. So this is one, like I said, just gotta keep it on the radar. So just put this, put that 0.062 on the radar. We get a bounce there, good. If we go back down lower to this 0.058880, not financial advice, of course, I would load the effing boat. Neb says, nothing less than real. You know it. Destin says, I got 2 entries using leverage parcel on Blowfin, just DCAing into a position for the upside. Thanks for putting us on this. You're welcome. Osteopath 999. Appreciate your honesty, bro. Glad to hear that you are bullish on parcels. I am parcels. Straight from the pen says, I agree 100 about politics and what is PC. And what is PC? Rafa 888 says, never listen to politics, listen to Jumpman instead. Make money, not enemy. Yeah, listen to me a little bit. Sometimes I don't got all the answers, but you know, definitely, you know, these politics, man, you know, I used to be a big Trump dude, man. Like I said, I still wish well for him, but I don't know, man. I'm starting to lose faith, you know, in some of the stuff that he's doing, but I just pray for him. I pray for this country because at the end of the day, guys, look, if we wish bad on our country leaders, then we're not doing our country justice, man. We just got to pray for him and pray that, you know, he's thinking out of rational thoughts and not out of anger. So we'll see what happens. All right, so we're going to look at Bitcoin real quick. We just lost 119. We're free falling. We're at 17.6. So we have this golden pocket or this golden ratio right here. We're in this golden zone. We need to find a bounce here at 16.394. I would like for us to get a bounce right here at this area. Next level support would be 114.189. We even could come back down here, guys. Back down here to the lower of the fib on the 236, back to 111.454. At the end of the day, it's anybody's guess. Like I said, I've told you guys many times before when we go, you know, into the lives and stuff like that, and even in the private groups, we look for this golden ratio zone for a high probability of a bounce. If we don't get it, we need to get this at this 382. So remember, we run the fib from the swing high to the swing low. You don't have to go all the way back. We usually go from a recent high and to go back down to the recent low. You guys want to know how to do that? You can go in here and go to a fractal. Type in fractal, and then you can go to Williams fractal. I've shown some of you guys in the Discord lives, you know, with KGU. You can change it out to 10. That way you can get rid of all these high points right here. And as you can see, I took it from this high right here down to the low, and we're able to get the areas of support that we need. Okay, so again, we need to hopefully stay in this area right here. If we break below, we're in serious danger, guys. And I'm being just as serious as I can be. I'm not trying to put FUD or anything like that. I really don't even want to look at my portfolio, but I'm just buying and closing my eyes. So, you know, just keep an eye on Bitcoin. We need to see if we can get this bounce right here in this area, okay? So draw your fib from the swing high to swing low. Let's keep an eye on the 0.5. Hopefully we can get that bounce up. You guys can shoot me out some coins real quick. P says he wants to see a retracement to 112 and 114. P, you need to stop that, P. I don't want Bitcoin to go down that low, because if not, I'm going to start crying. I'm overly invested into crypto. So, somebody please smack P. I'm just playing. P's my boy. Let's check out Avalanche. Oh, yeah, let's check out Athena. All right, so Athena is looking very bearish at the moment as well. We have XRP might bounce from that 270, 268-ish. We'll check that one out too. That's actually another coin that I'm actually probably going to get into. Let's see. All right, so we got a nice little trend line here from August 25th. So we've been pretty much above this trend line until now. So if we breach this, we are likely to be coming back down here to 42 cents. So remember, guys, we do this very easy TA. We don't need to be sitting here doing all this other unnecessary shit. You know, just come in here, look for these candles. As you can see already, guys, look, they've already been kind of holding up like that. So we go back from this previous V, pop the line all the way up through here. It always, most of the time, always comes back to support. Okay? Then you can kind of go back in here, pop some more lines right here, and you can kind of gauge where you can be expecting a bounce. I'm not saying it's gonna bounce from there, but that's where we expect it to do. And then you can even pop more down here. If you believe that, you know, Athena is gonna come back down even more, you can set some buy alerts down here. And you know, be prepared. So that would be about 37% lower. I personally don't think that's in the realm of possibilities, but look, this is crypto. Okay, so then you can go down to the 15-minute time frame, zoom out a little bit, and then you can also refine your charting a little bit. So you can get these, the 4 hours good, but then you can come in here and kind of get a little bit more surgical, come inside the candles, and you can really zoom in and find out, okay, this red box right here is actually good areas to buy, which I already had there, which would be current market price between 0.4831. Okay, give me just a second. Got some people hitting me up in the Discord. All right, so let's check out Advantis as well. AV&T, new cryptocurrency. Remember, these newer cryptocurrencies, guys, are going to be really volatile. Look at this. Damn. Down 70%. It's already put in a new price discovery. Let's turn in our fractals real quick. Let's see. Put in 20. We want to get rid of some of these right here. All right, so we're gonna run our swing high to the swing low. Look at that. That thing has just been demolished. We're super oversold, guys. I mean, this thing right here has already been. This is called the gulag. This area right here, guys, is called the gulag area. Okay, this means that we need to get up here quickly. So we can get back up here at $1.04, $1.05. This hopefully would be, you know, an area where we could hopefully start to make a move back up. But this coin launched. I know I had a lot of people ask me about it. I took a position right here around, I think, 88 cents or something like that. So I'm down a little bit on it, not too much, but I think honestly the whole perp dex thing is just, it's a narrative that's maybe already blown by already. We just got to wait and see. But honestly, with this one right here, I would wait a little bit more. I'm just looking for layer ones. Remember, we still got those ETFs too, guys. You know, I know the government's still shut down, but the longer the government stays shut down, these ETFs are going to take a little bit more time to get things going. Maybe ETFs are buying right now. I don't know. We'll check, but we definitely need to keep that on the radar. Let's check out something real quick. I want to check out CoinGlass. All right, so this is a Coinbase. We'll go right back to the charts. I just want to check something out real quick. So there's about, I want to say at least 180 to 250 million dollars of liquidity still to go down to the bottom, but there's billions of dollars of longs that can be made here, or shorts. So we were able to, clear out shorts here. This could be a massive run up back. Maybe this could honestly, if and when we do go bullish, there is enough shorts that have compounded on Bitcoin that could probably literally take us back up to 130, probably even to 128. So yes, there definitely is a lot of room, to go to the upside. We've obviously, maybe the reason why we came down so much was because of all these shorts that longs that we had up here in these areas that got completely blown by. So we need to keep this on the radar. I'm gonna put something in the chat for you guys. You guys are more than welcome to use this. You guys can look at this, check out, all the liquidation marks here, guys. Destin says, one thing I factor in with these volatile moments is liquidation dates from CoinGlass. The last 24 hours, over 80 million in liquidations. Yeah, dude. Plus the other ones. Remember, we had like 1.2 and then another 1.2 the other day as well. So, yeah, it's just been crazy, man. A lot of volatility. I think we almost have 40 people watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have 38 people watching and 38 likes. So that means 90% of the people that are watching feel Jumpman. So I appreciate you guys. If you guys can get the likes up to the views, I would appreciate it. Thank you guys. All right, let's check out CETUS real quick. I know a few of my comrades that are in some CETUS trades. Shout out to Neb. Shout out to the liquidation gang. She's about to get liquidated, guys. I'm about to call the homies up to get to liquidate her. All right, let's see. All right. Let's check out. I need to see a full chart of this real quick. All right. So we are obviously going down. Let's get rid of all this shit here. All right. So regarding to CETUS, I know a lot of my people hold CETUS, and I hold it as well. I'm down pretty good on it. Okay. 0.05208. I'm not saying we're going down there. We still have a ways to go. We look like we're holding up okay, but we just need to keep that on the radar, fam. That's 22%. If this persists, we definitely can. So for right now, I talked to you guys about this in the VC before we hopped on the line, is that I'm looking for that 5.8. So that 5.8 area, this 5.8 area right here, I'm looking for a bounce right here. So it's real small. You guys may not be able to see it. That's why I'll just give you the actual entry right there. It would be 0.05861 would be an area where I would just, not financial advice, of course, swing for the fences. Okay, I understand that this doesn't feel good. We just want to go back and talk about, look, this is another thing just exactly like Zora, guys. It was, it was doing well. It looked like it was going to start showing some life up, but, look, it's like everything else. We lost, a lot of critical support right here in this area. And now we are just waiting to see what is next. So remember, we want to get back into this area. So if we don't get back, we're just looking for support lines. So right now we're at the 236. We're a little bit below it. We want to get back up above it and see if we can get back up at this, this area. We can go long. Hopefully take it back up here to at least 10 cents. Cash out right off into sunset. Steven Ortiz, what's up, my dude? C-Dub, what's up, bro? C-Dub says, buy Cetus, no liquidation. For sure. Come on, guys. Y'all give me some coins. Let's go. I'm here for you guys. Let's do it, man. Let's look at Solana Big Banana. Solana's not doing too bad, man. Look at 210. Actually, a really good area to get in. I would probably wait a little bit more. Maybe get in 206. For me, personally, maybe 195 would be a great zone. I already had this mapped out for us already. We stay ready over here. So keep that on the radar if you guys are looking for just some quick, easy money. 195 would be the area. Take it right back up to its previous high. That's 30%. XRP. Junior said, so glad I waited to buy another batch of World Liberty Fi. I'm glad too, brother. I'm glad you didn't buy when I bought. But at the end of the day, look, we can't really pay attention to the here and now. We just act and we buy. Damn, boy, y'all boys coming in hot with these damn cryptos. All right, buy Cetus. AERO, OP. Let's look at the XRP real quick. XRP has been taken to PP. All right, 272. Remember, KGU, Plebs family, we talked about this already. We had already drew up this chart. We have already been ready for it. And lo and behold, where is it at, guys? Right there at that box. Like I said, Jumpman is not the most technical dude on crypto. A lot of these bigger channels, they have all the fancy lingo and stuff like that, guys. Look, man, we just make it simple, okay? We look at the bounces and where they go, and look. I mean, this is like a fifth grader can do this, okay? Right there. That's how it's done. A lot of these other guys, look, I love Market Cypher B. I use it, but just trying to teach somebody that's never traded crypto, it can get a little hard. And at the end of the day, look, we're trying to understand crypto. We're not trying to get confused. And look, once you get to really use it, and it gets a little bit easier. But for right now, we're just using basic TA, basic support and resistance. We have some orders that we need to pay attention to. 267. If we start breaking below there, guys, we come to risk to maybe coming back down here to maybe 250, maybe even 225. So let's pray that, nothing else happens. I think this is a great area to actually get into right now. Guys, I'm going to be real with you guys. Some of you guys know my thoughts on XRP. My price predictions are a little bit more bearish than a lot of crypto YouTube. I don't want to piss anybody off. You guys shouldn't get pissed off. You guys should actually just take it into consideration. But my targets for XRP are going to be anywhere between, between 390 and 475. Look, this may go against from what a lot of other people are saying about it. And maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. But I just don't see the money there to push that up into the $6 or $7 or $8. I could be wrong, but we need to see something with XRP. I mean, is there going to be something soon? Is this going to be used? I mean, is this going to be like something that XRP, we're going to be using this every day. If not, then this thing is just like every other cryptocurrency. It's just all speculation, all talk. And we need to see something. And it's not even me seeing it. It needs to be for us investors. Are we going to get something where, look, is XRP going to be used every day for day-to-day, life with the average American and even people over the globe? Are we going to be using this as a payment system, payment source? Is there going to be some type of real utility with XRP? Because right now, it doesn't look like it. I'm not saying that it's not possible. So XRP community, don't come after me. I hold it too. But I'm just saying, like, look, this isn't an investment. And in investments, sometimes we are faced with decisions that we have to make. Is this going to be doing what it needs to do or not? I agree. It already rallied from 50 cents. It's going to take more time to get close to $10 for sure. I mean, hey, look, if you are a long-term investor, hey, knock yourself out. Okay, but for me, I don't like to wait. When I got married to my wife, guys, I told her straight up, like, look, girl, if you're trying to make me wait, girl, we ain't dating. I'm just playing. But, like I said, at the end of the day, I want my gains today. Not today, but I want them soon. I don't want them in 5 or 6 years from now, guys. I want them soon. So, look, if you guys are cool with waiting 4 or 5 years and you guys want to hold this, more power to you. But a lot of things can happen within that time. I put a sellout alert for XRP at 365, and we damn near nailed the top, guys. I'm sure there will be 10 people that will validate that I told everybody to get out at this level. And, I know there was people probably, oh, this guy's crazy, he's full of shit. Down 25% from there. So if you were able to get out at that zone, and we even reaffirmed it back here, and I even doubled down again, guys, please take some profits here. We even gave up another follow-up again right here in this level right here, guys, to consider getting out even at this level at the 320. So I have been warning you guys over and over, guys, hey, it's time to go, it's time to go, it's time to go, it's time to go. So I get it, man. It's nobody likes hearing their coin being talked about when it's unfortunately bad. But look, everything is narrative in the cycle. Everything's all narrative. And if you can actually see, we are, obviously trending down, but this could be a bull flag right here. So, there's opportunity. We just got to see how this plays out. And actually, like I said, if you guys can see it, I see it. And there's an opportunity to make some cash. But the point that I'm trying to make is that you have to treat these coins like assets and not like partners. There's going to be a time to get in, a time to get out. So the time to get in XRP would be maybe a little bit closer, maybe to this 260. Wait for a bounce, take some positions. We get a confirmation. We reclaim back support at this level, load up. When we get back up into this 350, 375, $4, exit. Drown out all the people like, oh, XRP's going to $10, XRP's. These people, stay away from them. Remember, influencers that have over 500,000 subs, and I'm not throwing shade, these guys have a high amount of people that watch them. They get paid from exchanges. They get paid from endorsements. And I'm not trying to FUD. Hey, look, I get endorsements too, guys, but I'm just being real. Okay, this is the part that most people, they won't talk about. I'm sponsored, but I don't force my shit on anybody. Look, there has to be an incentive for people to buy, for you to watch the channel, because look, YouTubers don't do this for free. Nobody comes out here and does this stuff for free. Everybody gets paid, but not everybody keeps it real. And that's the point where you need to draw the line. You should always support everybody. As long as they're being transparent with you, you should support them 110%. Hey, so if crypto.com's paying somebody, hey, I support it. As long as they're being real and they're not just trying to bring revenue to that exchange at the expense of people. So look, there is a financial incentive to have people believe that XRP is going to go to $6 to $10 because it generates views and it keeps the normies norming. And we don't want to participate in that, guys. Look, the fact of the matter is, whether you want to hear it or not, XRP was at 30 cents last year. And it has had a magnificent run. It's probably the most bullish coin that there is. But at the end of the day, guys, you got to be real and you got to accept the way it is. So, yes, XRP is at a great point to where I would think that, yes, it's a great time to get in it. Just be cautious and understand your resistance levels. Remember, you take the fib, you go from the swing high to the swing low, and you will get all these areas right here that are going to be your areas of resistance. So we got the 618, we get back up to this 286, back up to the 786, which is going to be 320 and such. So we did have a massive drop off in views, so hopefully that wasn't the XR community. But you just got to be real, man. Sometimes it is what it is, man. You cannot tell people, what they want to hear because they want to be pleased. It just can't go that way. So ADA is another coin too, man. Look, it's an OG dinosaur coin. Has not performed well, but we talked about it again, guys. We said that we set out buy alerts for it at 77 cents. Here we are, 78, 77. So it's a cent off. Who cares? Are you going to take it or are you going to wait? So if you have any profits from Zora, not financial advice, I would highly suggest that you guys look into a position on ADA. Remember, ADA, XRP, AVAX, all these coins are going to do fine. The pumps may be, scattered out between 30, 40, 100%, but definitely there's money to be made. So this is a dinosaur coin, but it has a lot of opportunity to move up. So let's see. Where would I be taking this back up to? Let's see. So back in last December, we went up to $1.30. So I honestly believe from where we are right here, I think we can squeeze up maybe close to maybe, in my opinion, maybe $1.20. Maybe $1.30, maybe $1.40. And I can already hear it. Oh my God, that's bearish as hell. I know, but until we get some type of real use case, like some type of real adoption, some type of real, functional narrative for ADA, I don't see it going past $1.50. So let's just wait and see how that goes. We gotta wait. Like I said, at the end of the day, I get it. Everybody wants ADA to go to this $2. It can, but I just don't see what they're doing. So like I said, is it a great swing trade? It's a great swing trade. It's probably one of the best swing trades out there. But remember, we just got to be 100. We just got to be 100 about it, okay? I want everybody to be safe. So what's the entry? Now, you want to be a little bit more technical, you can go back down here to these little dips right here that we had, 0.7667. You can even ladder them down here to 0.6858. I think it's at a great position right now to start picking up some Cardano. AVAX, I don't even want to look at that right now, guys. 26, oh Jesus. Ooh-wee, I am getting smoked. Anyways, all right, so look, check this out. We've talked about this too, guys. We've talked about this. We have good support right here on the fib. Remember, we run it from the swing high down to its recent low right here at during the summertime or springtime, which was at 15. So we have heavy support back here at the 382 at 24.41. So we have broken below support, trending down. If this persists, 24.34, I would start DCAing now. As far as leverage positions, wait. This coin is super volatile. I wouldn't be doing anything right now. I took one because I think it will reverse. But AVAX is down 26% from its all-time high. We go back in previous years. We were talking about this as well. Let's see. Look, we had a nice run up here. October, pretty much the same time around, guys. October came down 25%. And then around November, we had that massive run back up. So it's kind of falling right in suit with what it did last year. So remember, look, check this out. Go on your chart, hop on the 4 hour, go from the time frame of, let's see. Go to October 21st. Run the little measuring tool from there all the way down to November 5th. There was a 25% dump, pretty much in line with what we got right here. 25% dump on the money. On the money. And then from there we did 150% pump return. So from there we went up to on target back to its previous high at 68 bucks. So we'll see. Junior says World Liberty 5. We already covered it, brother. You just have to rewind. Advantis, we covered that one too. You said you just saw it. Cool. Let's see. Simba Wood says, I have to go, but appreciate your alerts and transparency. Hope to catch your next live. Thank you, ma'am. God bless you. P says, sweet, I was trying to find the timestamps. Yeah, we need to do timestamps here. Maybe I'll need to have one of you guys help me out with that because I am a noob. Let's see. Let's check out EOS. I know some people were talking about EOS. So look, let me get rid of this trend line right here. Makes it a little hard to see. Okay, so we drew a line right here. Straighten it out a little bit. Same thing. Right here at 0.25083. 1, 2, 3. We're right back at it again, guys. Literally right here. So whenever you're looking to grab positions, like I said, I encourage you guys, to pull up your charts, use the 4 hour, and look at this. Usually the price always falls in line with this all the time. Most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. And, it's a great way to start learning how to chart. Remember, like I tell my guys all the time, I'm not the best charter. Sometimes you can look in there and it looks like a 2-year-old did it, but we're looking at support and resistance. And as long as you guys get the idea, like, okay, 1, 2, 3. You guys are seeing it. We break below. Then we go in here and we got to scroll in and look in between to see where we can find areas of where we can get a bounce. So we see right here. And then we all have up in here in this area. So instead of saying, okay, well, I'm going to wait till we go down here low. No, we're up pretty good. We're down pretty good. Okay, we're down almost 30% within a couple days or, a week. Take a position now and DCA the rest. Okay, so you have 3 Gs. Take a 30% position now and ladder in to positions, down here below. And that's the way it's done. Frank says, you are a hot man, Mr. Jump. Oh my God. Thank you, sir. I've never been hit on by a man before, but thank you. I appreciate that. Let's cover Sonic. You just made me blush, sir. Jesus Christ. Man, boy. These coins are getting nuked. Alright, so this one might be a little bit more easier first because we actually had a recent low back here in September. So, look, check this out. You know, when Sonic got back up here to that 31 cents, guys, you should have put some stop limits on this. You know, it's just good. It's good practice though going forward, guys. You know, it's good for us to remember. Hey, look, you know, I did this. Next time I'm gonna do this and stick by it. You know, see your trades through or see your plans through. Okay. So right now we're at 25 cents. We had this low over here at 22 cents. So let's say you bought over here. And we're here. You should be DCAing right now. Set buy orders in between right here at 24.37, 23.22. And even some down here at 22.60. Load the boat. But remember, grab your chart, 4 hour, zoom in, and look where we are. Draw the trend lines, and just ladder in. Usually when you see these big old wicks in here, usually that's where the wells will try to send us back. Put them in there between those wicks. All right, let's see. I sold out. Good call. Is that you, C-Dub? CW? Let's check out Zora. Everybody's coin. Zora de Manflora. Look at that, man. It's at 11 cents, bro. Zora said, F Trump, dude. Zora don't give a damn about Trump, bro. Damn. Look, this is when you know a coin is super bullish. Is when it doesn't give a damn about what's happening in current market events. Wow. Wow. 105% from when we called it, guys. Mind you, we were calling it even down here as well, but we won't exaggerate. We'll give ourselves credit from right here. But man, this is freaking crazy. And remember, the same goes for, you know, this as well. This means a lot of selling pressure right here, guys. So if we're gonna go bullish, we find support down here. You know, likely the bulls will want to push us back up here, sweep some of that liquidity, and then go back down. Nice. Crazy, crazy, man. Oh, shit. Look at this, man. Wow. All right, so look. Swing high, swing low. All right, let's get rid of this little thingy right here. So if you want to buy back into Zora, I don't like to usually buy back into projects after I've already taken profits, but if you want to buy back in, if you like Zora, you guys could look for a retracement back down here to 7 cents. Even 8 cents. So if we come back down, let me give you guys some sauce. We come back down here to 618, look for a bounce. That level would be 0.08151. Look for a bounce. We can take it back up. Maybe we can hit a new all-time high. The previous all-time high is close to 15 cents. But right now there's a lot of bullish stuff with Zora, man. So, you know, don't sleep on it. You know, Zora said, F your couch. You know, it doesn't care. So good coin to keep an eye on. Definitely, if we look like we're going to roll over bearish, you could short this. You could short it back to the 0.5 or the 0.618. That would also be a nice juicy trade. So if you guys know how to short, keep that on your watch list, okay? And also too, guys, I don't like, you know, again, I don't want to push leverage on you guys, but if you guys are needing, you know, exchanges to trade on, you go inside the description box, and we have links to PHEMEX, and then we have links to BitNewX in there, okay? Those are the two trading sites that I use to trade crypto on. Righty. Let's check out Celestia real quick. I want to look at Celestia. Look at this thing, dude. It has been mollywopped. Look at this, man. Damn. It was at $9, dude, last December. If you're able to get a trade on this, man, look at this. Jesus Christ, man. Freaking Trump, dude. Like I said, this is opportunity, man. I mean, you look at it, I mean, it's just been a dump fest. So right now it's at, you know, almost at its previous low, which was $1.33. It's at $1.35. So the risk reward is pretty good. Alrighty, guys. Well, let's go ahead and call it a day. Not a day, but let's just call it an evening for right now. I definitely will be back on later on tonight. I just wanted to come on here real quick to kind of tell you guys, you know, hey, I'm here. Let's do it. Let's run it. We went over some coins. I showed you guys some of the trades that I'm in right now. That way you guys can see, you know, Jumpman's not ditching on his shit. You know, look, at the end of the day, just got to take it on the chin. It is what it is. You know, could I cut it? Yeah, of course, you know. But, you know, look, this is what happens when you leverage trade. Okay? You make a bad call, you got to take it on the chin. And I'm not going to get out of this trade. If I get liquidated, then it is what it is. It's not like, oh, it's going to hurt me or anything like that. It is what it is. If I get liquidated, I'll go back in, and we'll ride this back up, and we'll make even more money, okay? All right, guys. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. And we'll be